Are you in favor of having wide open borders, or are you a racist?
I like your question there. Definitely open borders then, if that's the alternative to your question. It's statistically speaking, immigration has gone down in the last 10 years, and his spewing hate and making specifically people from a different country a target, they just basically, he makes up his own statistics whenever he wants.
Well, I think he's in favor of regular immigration policies that we've had normally, but it seems like the policies that we've had recently have been wide open, and you're criticized if you think differently, or that that you go after the people at the Brexit or something, and they usually play that whole racist thing where you're just racist if you don't want everybody in without even.
No, I definitely don't think that. I respect other people's opinions about border regulations and things like that, but that's not what he's saying. He's calling Mexican criminals, he's calling Mexican rapists.
Did say that one thing off the cuff, and it was pretty bad, and yeah, I agree. I don't know if he really feels that way as a businessman, somebody who's a big employer, somebody who's been in the spotlight for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
I don't know do you really think that he's actually a racist?
If he isn't, he's definitely,
He needs to tone down the rhetoric. And
he's pulling those people out. You know what I'm saying? He's pulling all those racists out of
throwing a little red meat to the Fox News audience.
Even if he isn't, this is, all the racist people are coming out and showing their faces and being more open about it, and, even though, he's part of the problem.
No, I mean, wide open borders it's scary. I mean, I don't think you could. It's a loaded question, of course, but how do you open up borders when there are people? And I know it's getting difficult to label people and to vet people, But I am scared. I mean, how could you not be? There are people in the world that want to slit your throat, want to slit my throat, kill my kids. What do you do with that situation? I don't know. I mean, if that's being a racist, I guess I might be a racist.
I'm not a racist, but we're talking about law-abiding citizens coming here legally compared to illegally. So building a wall controls the border. That's all it does, is make sure you come over here legally. But that's not any form of racism. That's protecting our country.
Well, I'm not a racist, but, I'm an immigrant.
Oh, really?
All of my people are immigrants. Everybody except Native Americans that are indigenous to this land are technically immigrants. So, but I do have a plan, todos somos ilegales.
That's right. I want to get into your presidency.
Well, I do want to say that we should make a wall built of a wedding cake. So when people run over, they fall in love with you, and look at the good eating, or a wall made of Swiss cheese, so we can at least, if we, get a couple pieces of bread on the way over, we can make a sandwich and eat together.
That's a great idea.
I guess I'm not a racist, but I'm not in favor of wide open borders either. I think that there should be a process. I mean, we're talking at different levels here because ultimately I don't think there should be any borders. I'm more of an anarchist, but we're not going to have that tomorrow. We're still going to have a United States tomorrow. So in the meantime, I think we should have a process to come here.
Ooh, what a question. I mean, obviously, wide open borders aren't a good thing, but I still think that at the same time we have to balance that with encouraging immigrants coming to this country, and if somebody has something to offer, and I guess there is a vetting process, and if you have people that have something to offer this country, they should be let in.
I'm gonna ask everyone talking about borders. I want to ask everyone out there, do you have a lock on your door? Why do you have a lock on your door? We put a lock on our door because we don't want just anyone just coming into our house. And that goes the same way with our borders. We don't just want anyone to just come into our country, especially when they can't take care of themselves. We bring them in here and we support them. They're on the mammary gland of the American tax-paying system. And that's why I want Trump to be president, so he could vet these illegal aliens the right way, not what they've been currently doing for the last 5-6 years, purposely under Obama administration.
Oh, I'm no way a racist. I believe that this planet can support everyone who lives on it, and there's no reason for starvation of babies, much less human beings. We could all, it should be so simple, but it's into this power thing. And I feel like the government doesn't do much of anything except listen to the economics of the situation. Like, we start wars in the Mideast because there's oil there, etc., but we don't go to Mali to help out struggling, starving people. And there's so much ugliness.
They should start giving more money to the Bill and Hillary Clinton Foundation.
The foundation, which is mixed up with money for her candidacy, interestingly enough. And yes, and also the way she's gathered money from all these repressive governments.
Yeah, she took over $100 million just from the Pacific Gulf states.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So okay, and she's into Wall Street. She's like, and I said, don't you do it, cut it out. Yeah, right. She's like money. She's money. She feels entitled. She's business as usual. Bernie opened up this whole thing. This is history. History is being made now because of Bernie Sanders, because he gave an idea to the people of how things could be, should be, without really much effort. It's just the mindset of the whole thing.
Yeah, it caused a rift in the Democratic Party. Yeah.
Right, and so personally, I might be called a conspiracist, but I think he was threatened in some way, and that's why he finally. I'm serious.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. With the Clintons, nothing. With the Loretta Lynch and the James Comey thing, and meeting on the plane, it's.
Bam.